Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm checking out the 12,000 lumen Fenix LR50R high performance spotlight. Let's check it out. That's right guys, this thing is a beast. So let me give you guys a nice close-up of the Fenix LR50R here. And while you guys are checking this out, let's talk about some of the features. So the LR50R has a maximum output of 12,000 lumens and a maximum throw of 950 meters. That's 3,117 feet. And has an insane intensity of 225,750 candela. And those 12,000 lumens are being pushed out by 4 Luminus SST70 LEDs with a lifespan of 50,000 hours. The body's made of 6061 T6 aluminum and has a Type 3 hard anodized finish. It features 8 lighting modes, which includes direct access to turbo, SOS, and strobe. And everything is controlled with these dual side switches here. It has a USB Type-C charging and discharging interface, which supports PD 3.0 and PD 2.0, and QC 3.0 and QC 2.0 fast charging protocols. And inside there's a 3.6 volt, 57.6 watt hour, 16,000 milliamp hour battery pack, which does come included, but it can also be powered with 4 21700 batteries. And since the battery pack supports 4A fast charging, it can be charged fully in 4 hours. It has an impact resistance of 1 meter and a dust and waterproof rating of IP68. On the front face, right above the 4 LEDs, there's an intelligent brightness downshifting sensor. So if it gets too close to any surface, it'll automatically dim to eco mode, which is a pretty nice function considering how many lumens this flashlight puts out. And on top of that safety feature, you can also lock it out by pressing and holding the 2 side switches down. And what's included in the box is the LR50R, the 16,000 milliamp hour battery pack, a lanyard, a holster, a shoulder strap, a spare O-ring, a USB Type-C charging cable, user manual, and warranty card. Alright, so that's enough of the quick features. Let's talk about the dimensions. So the LR50R has a length of 6.42 inches and a width of 3.46 inches and a height of 2.36 inches. So they say on the website that it weighs 34.8 ounces, including the battery. And from my weight tests, they were actually right on the money. So that 34.8 ounces is exactly 986 grams. So let's take a closer look here at the LR50R. So right at the head here, we have this crenellated bezel that's not very aggressive at all, which is fine. This isn't an EDC flashlight. It's not a tactical flashlight. So any bit of a crenellated bezel here is just fine. Now at 34.8 ounces, this thing is pretty hefty. So I'm really glad that they included this little attachment point with this D-ring on it, which you can use to attach the shoulder strap here, which is very appreciated because after holding this for a little bit, it does get tiresome. And what's really nice about that, if you don't want to use the shoulder strap, this is completely removable. And another feature of this attachment is it does have a female 1/4-20 right there. So if you have a tripod with a 1/4-20 screw, you can actually attach this to your tripod, and now you have yourself a tripod mounted spotlight. And now let's take a look at the end here. Yes, you can tail stand this if you want, but what I really wanted to show you is right here, there's 4 attachment points for your lanyard. So no matter where you wanted to attach your lanyard, there's 4 different spots for that right in the back. And now let's take a look at these dual side switches right here. So the one on the right is your main power switch and the one on the left is your auxiliary switch. So the main switch on the right is how you turn the light on and off and cycle through your modes. And the auxiliary switch here is how you have your quick access to turbo, strobe, and SOS. And if you want to check out your battery level, there's 4 LEDs right above these side switches that represent your battery level. So just short press either one of these buttons and you can see that my battery is at full power. So typical of Fenix's UI, you have to long press the main power button and that activates our light. And then short press to cycle through the modes. So that's eco, there's low, there's medium, high 1, high 2, and there's our turbo 12,000 lumens. And yes, it does have a memory, so if I stop here on medium, turn it off, and then turn it back on, it goes right back to medium. And now the auxiliary switch, same deal, hold it down for quick access to turbo, press it again for strobe, and one more time, and there's our SOS. But there is no memory mode on that auxiliary switch, so if I turn it back on to strobe and turn it back off, if I hold it down again, goes right back to turbo. So that is always an instant access to turbo button right there. And as I mentioned earlier, it does have a lockout function. When you have a light with 12,000 lumens, that's almost necessary. And what you want to do is just hold it down. It should flash after 3 seconds. There you go. Now the light's locked out. And to unlock it, just do the same thing. Hold it down for 3 seconds. It'll flash again. and oh, sorry about that, but now the light's activated. So right now on the screen, I'll throw up a graph of the lumens and runtime. You can see eco's at 50 lumens, low at 350 lumens, medium at 1000 lumens, high 1 at 3000 lumens. But let's talk about the turbo and high 2. High 2 is 6000 lumens, has a runtime of 2 hours and 20 minutes, asterisk right there of course, has a max throw of 690 meters and an intensity of 118,400 candela. And now that turbo is 12,000 lumens, has a runtime of 1 hour and 50 minutes, has a max throw of 950 meters and an intensity of 225,750 candela. Now let's talk about the asterisks for a minute. Of course, you're not going to get 1 hour and 50 minutes of 12,000 lumens. That's the total time of 12,000 lumens, including the step down. So turbo is going to step down to high 2 is going to step down to high 1, and high 1 is going to step down to medium. And then right here you can see there's a 6000 lumen strobe and a 350 lumen SOS. Now I'll be doing a heat test shortly where I'll let this run on turbo and take the temperature at the head. And within that 1 to 2 minute period, I can usually see a step down. Now let's talk about this USB-C port for a second. Yes, it does support fast charging, but it also acts as a power bank. That's right, so the charging cable they give you, it looks like a Type A to Type C, but it's really a Type C to Type C with a Type A adapter. So I tested this out earlier, but I'm going to show you guys real quick. I have a Lightning to Type C adapter right there, and just to test to see if it charges my iPhone, you can see nothing happened when I plugged it in, but once I hit one of the side switches here to activate it, there we go, starts charging. So this is one feature that I really like, that you can actually fast charge this light in under 4 hours, and then it can act as a power bank to charge your devices. All right, so now let's get to the heat test. I'm gonna let this run for about 2 minutes, then take its temperature at the head and at the body. Let's see if I can do this at the same time. Hold that down and go. All right, so that's our 2 minutes. So right at the head here, okay, 111.5, and then right at the body where you're holding it, about 98.2, so completely manageable. And I really couldn't tell if there was a step down or not, so if there was one within the 2 minutes and 19 seconds where I stopped it, I'll throw it up on the screen right here. So I just turned the light off and I took its temperature again, and the head is now at 116.7. It's probably running about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Now one last test I want to do. I want to test out this intelligent brightness downshifting sensor right here. They say if the sensor gets close to any surface, within 1.5 seconds it'll actually downshift to eco mode. So let's test that out now. So this is low. If I get really close to the table, 4 seconds, right there you saw the downshift, lift it back up, 2, 3, 4. So exactly like my test earlier, within 4 seconds, if it's close to the table, there's the dim, and then 2, 3, 4, and then it'll brighten back up again. Now I tested this out on every mode, and it seems to work exactly the same way no matter which mode I'm in. Within 4 seconds, it'll dim down to eco right there, back up, right there, right back to high. So low, medium, high 1, high 2, and turbo all will dim within 4 seconds, and then dim back up after 4 seconds after you move it away from the surface. Obviously, if you try it with eco mode, it won't dim because all the other modes dim down to eco mode. That's the lowest this flashlight can go. All right, so now the part everybody's been waiting for. I'm gonna take this outside and do the beam test. Now I live near Buffalo, New York, and it's about 10 degrees outside, and that's without the wind chill. But look at on the website here, they say that this can perform normally from negative 35 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. So it should have no problems at all. Me, on the other hand, completely different story. So let me go grab my jacket. Let's take this outside. So I think the footage speaks for itself. This thing is a beast. If you've been looking for a spotlight slash searchlight, I don't think you had to look any further than this. Not only is this impressive by having 12,000 lumens in a relatively small body here, but couple that 12,000 lumens with a 950 meter throw. What? As you saw by my footage, it just lit up everything. And I try to set my camera to exactly how I see it outside, but I still don't think the camera does this light justice. I was seeing trees beyond trees. And yes, it weighs over 2 pounds, but realistically holding it, it's not that bad. Yeah, I know they give you a shoulder strap, but I don't think I'm ever gonna need it for this. And then you add in the fact that it's IP68, supports fast charging, it has this cool little auto dimming sensor right here, it acts as a power bank that can charge your device. Now all of this does not come cheap. This bad boy is about 320 bucks. But for 320 bucks, you're getting a monster of a spotlight here, and I definitely recommend it. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you guys think of the Fenix LR50R? Now if you guys want to check this out for yourself, I will leave links below in my description box. No, they are not affiliate links. I don't make a dime if you use those links to purchase this. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go!